largest speed cubing championship was last weekend, but this weekend we're talking to one of the competitors. Thompson Clark joins us on Daybreak this morning. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So I must admit, I don't know much about speed cubing. Educate me. What is it for anyone else that's kind of unaware?
I would say speed cubing is the act of solving a Rubik's Cube as quickly as possible. It doesn't matter, whether you can solve the cube in a minute or under 10 seconds. If you have the intention of getting faster with the Rubik's Cube, I would say that's speed cubing.
Okay, so we want to learn more about this, but before we do, can you actually give us a demonstration of speed cubing yourself?
Absolutely, yeah, I should prove I know what I'm talking about. So here I have a scrambled cube. You'll have to trust me on that one, but here I go.
Okay. And he's at it. I know when I tried this recently in my daughter's playroom, I had to give up. Wow. How many seconds was that? That was like 5 seconds. Well, your record is what, 6 something?
That may have been 8 or 9 seconds, I think.
Wow, that is amazing. So this is kind of basically what the WCA North American Championship is. Can you explain a bunch of people like yourself who are very skilled at this?
Right, yeah. So the Rubik's WCA North American Championship, for, like you mentioned, the biggest speed cubing competition that we've had in a while. It's the biggest one we've ever had in Canada, I think even North America. But it's a competition where there were 500 competitors like myself representing 22 different countries in different speed cubing events. So this one that I just demonstrated, that's the one that everyone knows and loves. This is the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. But in competition, it goes down to a 2x2 cube. So you can imagine, just 4 kind of squares per side, up to a 7x7. Then they have the different events like the 3x3 with one hand, and then 3x3 blindfolded. But it's really just a community of problem solvers, reaching for speed cubing excellence.
How'd you even get into this? And also, oh my gosh, blindfolded, I don't even think I would know how that's possible. But your story, how'd you get into this?
Yeah, I got into it. I was initially inspired by seeing the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. And if you've seen that movie, you know that there's a prominent cube scene in it. Yeah. I've kind of always been drawn to learning those skills that are slightly different than normal. So later that year for Christmas, I got a Rubik's Cube. I went straight to YouTube and typed in how to solve a Rubik's Cube. It sounds like I wasn't the only one who did that. And in fact, everyone at this competition who's competed, they haven't figured out the Rubik's Cube by themselves. They've all learned a method. And so it's not cheating by doing so. I would encourage, if you want to learn how to solve the cube, you won't get there just by twisting and turning. You're going to need to learn a method of some sort. And so that's how I got started. About a year later, I started competing with it.
Methods, any tips to anyone out there listening, maybe wanting to try it?
Yeah, I mean, my first tip is to, look for resources. I'd say even going to Rubiks.com, you can find some great resources on how to solve it. But the one tip that I can give now, with the time that we have, is to take a look at the centerpieces of the cube. The centerpieces will tell you what color each side of the cube should be when the cube is solved. So for example, I know that this side is going to have to be the orange side because my centerpiece here is orange. So not only does that tell you what color each side of the cube should be, but also the piece on the cube needs to go when it's solved. So if I have this white and green edge piece, when the cube is solved, it has to go here between the white and green edge pieces. So that's how I would approach thinking about the cube.
Wonderful. Well, Thompson, thank you so much for joining us this morning and educating us. I feel like maybe it is something that I can now approach. Appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, good luck with it. And thanks for having me.